Hello, uh, welcome. Um, let's see here. We're gonna build a dang ass pinball machine today. Got a bunch of parts in the mail. I'm gonna measure them out, make sure they measure up to this play field I've been working on. I gotta check this out. Wah 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 wah. All right, cool. So let's see here. I already opened. I haven't looked at the parts yet, but I opened it up just to make this a little faster. Here's the wire. There's a gate for the machine. Got. All right, here we go. Got a dang ass spinner. Check that out. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Now this part is, let's see, let's take it out of this plastic. So this is a ball diverter for the ramp. So I'm going to make it so when you hit the ramp shot when locks are lit, this little thing is going to flip like that. So it'll be like that and then go and lets the ball go through for multi-ball. And here's like the solenoid that makes that work. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's going to go, let me show you on the playfield, zoom in a bit. So that's going to go right here on the ramp to make it go down. Like normally it's going to go past that little circle there, but the diverter is going to make it so that it'll flip up and then it'll go down into that little hole for the ball lock. Back. And then you think that's all. That ain't all. I also got got a big old box of parts. Big box. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Put this box in. So this is what I think it is. I'm pretty sure this is the flipper mechanism assembly. Yeah. Scissors. Where's my scissors? There they are. Here we go. This is the mechanism that makes the flippers flip in a pinball machine. There we go. The spring came off and put the spring back on. Look at the photo. So that goes there like that. And Oh, it goes like that. Okay. Okay. So it's a normally closed. Okay. So yeah, here's the mechanism that makes the flipper flip. So this goes, I think right up a little bit here. So that goes under the playfield like that, and basically the coil here, whenever the electromagnet gets powered up, it pushes this out and makes it turn. Trying to figure out. Oh, I guess it goes. Yeah, it looks like the spring goes there. We attach the spring that came off during shipment. Where's the end of it? There it is. Okay. So yeah, I assume that goes here. That. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there we go. Spring goes like that. It keeps everything in place. Cool. So this machine is going to have 3 flippers total. 2 at the bottom there, and then an upper flipper here for this ramp shot and this upper scoop shot. Let's see. This back in the thing. Back in the thing. Back in the thing. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna put it back in the thing. Let's see here. I'm trying to find a specific part because I actually need to measure some stuff and make sure it's accurate to my vectors. There we go. Yeah. So here's the. So I'm bring the camera back up. Here's the guide rails. Basically, that goes on the, like the flipper goes here. And the ball, so the ball comes down here, and that's what feeds the ball to the flipper. I just need to measure this, make sure the holes I have for it down here are accurate. Got a real nice ruler here. Measure that out. Let's see here. Okay, from center of the hole to center of the hole looks like about 1 5/8 inches. So let's get the measurement tool out. Let's see. Well, first I need to math out what a 6/8 is in decimals. So let's see here, 6 divided by 8.75. No, that's not right. Oh, it's not my bad. It's not 6/8. It's what would that be? Because yeah, 6/8 would be 75%. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 divided. My bad. 5 divided by 8. So it's 0.625. So it should be about 1.625 inches from this hole to this hole. There we go. Yeah, 1.65. So that's accurate. Cool. One piece down. I guess it doesn't really. This little window doesn't show up on the stream for some reason. So I can make that show up. There we go. So yeah, so there's a little D there, like the 3rd row down in that info panel that just popped up. That D is the distance. So yeah, 1.6259, so that's pretty accurate. So if that's accurate, that means the rest of the holes should be accurate as well on that. So it's one piece down. Now here we go. So check this out. It's a flipper, baby. It's a flipper, baby. Gonna flip some shit, baby. So that, actually, let's go and get that flipper mech back out. So yeah, this flipper goes down in there like that. And then this gets tightened on there. And the coil, yeah, or the spring is supposed to keep tight. So I can get this spring on here for real. There we go. Okay, so that's the side I need to. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So yeah, so it's not tightened, so it's kind of flipping around, but yeah, cool. So yeah, that's how the mech works. Here we go. So here's a stand-up target. So yeah, that's basically like, it's crazy. Like a lot of pinball machine mechanisms haven't really changed since like the 60s. Like stand-up targets still work the same. There's literally just like two pieces of metal in there. When the ball pushes it hard enough, the two pieces of metal touch, complete a circuit, and it tells the machine, hey, it was hit. So yeah, I need to measure this and make sure that like all these kind of squarish holes here, like that's where these will go up through the playfield and bolt in to like hit it. So I need to make sure these holes are big enough for this. Man, I love the Crash 2 soundtrack. It's so good. So let's see if I put this down. So I'm trying to get more accurate measurement. So it looks like the hole needs to be at least 9/16 wide. So let's measure this bad boy. Or actually I can just click on it and it should go ahead and let's go ahead and unlock the holes layer. Click on that. Let's see. So, okay, let me go ahead and take 9 divided by 16. It's 0.562. So 5. Okay, so those needs to be a tiny, tiny fraction of a bit bigger. Or actually, no, wait. That one, no, that one says 5.53. Curious. Very curious. Oh, okay, I think it's measuring from like left to right. So I need to, let's see here, I need to find one of these holes and just kind of like, okay, so yeah, transform. Remember the 350.5, just make that 0, so that's a perfect square. That's 0.5. Okay, so yeah, those need to be a little bit wider. Let's see here. A little bit wider and a little bit shorter and a little bit wider. So write this down. It needs to be 0.5625 by, measure sideways, about 7/16. So let's see here, 7 divided by 16 is, that's not right, 7 divided by 16, 0.4375. Okay. So that hole needs to be at least 0.5625 by 0.4375 inches to be big enough for this bad boy to fit through it. So let's adjust that. Transform up here. I guess you can't see that window. Let's see here. Oh, you can't see any of the windows that are popping up. So you just take my word for it. I'm changing the size. 0.5625. You should see it grow a little wider. And then you can actually make it a little narrower. So 0.4375. That's not right. What the heck? Let's try that again. Holes. Like that. Transform. Make the angle 0. Okay. Transform. Okay, width and height. That's what I need to do, not X and Y. So width is 0.5625 by 0.4375. Boom, there we go. So that's the size that all of these should be. And then let's go ahead and add that angle back to it. And there we go. And I can move it up a little bit since it's a little smaller now. There we go. Okay, so now I just need to adjust all these holes to that size. Make that 0 first, 0 it out, and then with 0.5625 by 0.4375. And then add the rotation back. Move it up a little bit. There we go. Cool. Do the same for these 3 holes. Transform. Zero-degree rotation. Transform. 1.5625. Okay, I need to make that one. 0.4375. 5625. It's like that song Stroke. 5625. Zero activation. .4375. by 5625. Ram Stokers, Dracula, and then rotate it back. This one. Zero out the rotation. Transform. 375. 5625. And add the rotation back. That's not right. Okay, here's what I need to do then. I need to do this. I need a 5, 6, 2, 5, 5, 4, 3, 7, 5. Yep. Rotate the son of a gun. There we go. Cool. So now all those are accurate. Now I need to adjust this one as well. Transform. Take out the angle, the rotation. 5, 6, 2, 5. 5.4375. Add the rotation back. There we go. And then bump it up a little bit. Not much though. There we go. Cool. Alright, so all our en blanc targets should now fit in the game. So now let's try. Let's make sure this hole right here is going to fit that other target if I can find it. Let's see. Get this one back. I'm measuring it. And then is that other target in here? Yeah, here it is. So yeah, this is a standard size target. It's a little bit camera back up. There we go. So yeah, it's a little bit wider than that one. That's like the standard circle size. This one's like the kind of nubbier. I believe it's called an oblong target. Yeah, it's funny. I think the guy who first used oblong targets in a pinball machine, like if you notice, it's literally just one of these with like kind of the sides cut off, because it has like the kind of top and bottom of it are kind of circular. So like a guy, like they were putting these targets in a machine and they were like just too wide where they were to like they were kind of cutting off some of the shots a little bit. So the guy just took them out and just like by hand cut off the left and right sides of it and stuck it back in the machine, and now it's just it's a thing that you see in a bunch of tables now. So yeah, measure this bad boy. This bad boy. A couple of bad boys. Okay. So yeah, it looks like it's about an inch in diameter. So let me see how wide this is. Transform. Let's take out the rotation. F is 1.15. Okay, so yeah, that's good. And then let's see how it should be the same as that other one. So, but to make sure. Yeah, about a ½ inch. So actually, I might need to. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, if I squeeze it like that, it should be able to fit through there. I think this one's pretty accurate already. See, I think the half's about a 1/2 inch. Yeah. And it's a little over, let's see here, what is 0.1 divided by 16? Let's try 2 divided by 16. 3. Okay, so it's somewhere between 1.2 and 1.3 inches wide, and this is 1 inch wide, so it should be good. So like probably like 3 30-seconds or 5 30-seconds or something of an inch. So let's see here. Let's add the rotation back to that. So it'll be good. We're good. Actually, I might make a new one of those and make it a little less rounded on the edges, just to make sure I can fit the target through there. Because as it is, like I said, I'd have to like squeeze this to like maybe fit it through there, but I want to make sure it like definitely fits. So take that 1.558. Okay. So let's transform that. That 1.558 by 5. And then add the rotation. Nope, wrong rotation. Okay, there we go. Paste that back. It's 3.56 rotation, so let's copy and paste that. There we go. And then lay that over that, like that. Couldn't get rid of that fella. And then go into shape, add a 0.25 to that. There we go. That looks a lot better. Since we did a decent amount of work, let's go ahead and save that real quick. Saving. Okay, cool. Saved. Now, everything's fine. Okay, yeah, okay. So now one of the last things I need to check is I bought a slingshot. So that's the part in the pinball machine that's like above the flipper and kind of helps make the other side of the guides here. Like it's the thing that when the ball hits it, like a little thing kicks and makes it bounce off of it really fast. So I'm pretty sure this is that mix. And let me make sure these holes match up to what it needs to be. Oop. Got my headphones. Just got this part out. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is basically, it goes in like this, and there's like the piece of rubber that kind of goes around it like that, and whenever a ball hits the rubber, again, it put like really simple mechs, it pushes this, and the two little pieces of metal touch and completes a circuit, and that tells this coil to fire and kicks the ball. So Now I gotta measure these and make sure that these fit into these holes here. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so these are just a 1/4 inch wide. So these holes just need to be like a 1/4 inch by a 1/4 inch, basically. Transform. Let's go ahead and take that off. 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. Wow. Okay. So yeah, those are definitely wide enough. So I'll probably leave them as is because that's how wide I said to make them in the schematics I was looking at. But just want to make sure they're at least big enough for these to fit in there. It definitely is the case. Now I need to measure the distance between these things, make sure that's good. Let's see. So center of that to center of that looks like it's 1 1/16 inches. So let's take 1 divided by 16.0625. So it needs to be 1.0625 the distance from center to center. Let's take the measuring tool out. Go to about center. Yeah, cool. That looks 1.636. Yeah, cool. Yeah, with that 1/2 inch, with that clearance, yeah, that should be good. Cool. All right. Looks like my that neck should fit. So yeah, bam, bam. I don't know if you can even see that in the camera. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, cool. Gotta do my calculations, my tabulations. So let's put this back in the baggie. Don't want to get things all mixed up. So I think that's just about everything. I need to measure for now. Put this back. And I tested the levels before I started this, but you know, feel free to let me know if anything's too loud or too quiet or whatever. Yeah. Okay, cool. Actually, yeah, I can demonstrate sort of how that slingshot works. So yeah, here's the get that slingshot back out. So here's the rubber that goes around these. You see these 3 circles here? These 3 big red circles. That's this rubber goes around those and makes like a loop around them, and then this thing goes in the middle there. And let's see, those go on there like that. So yeah, so whenever the rubber is hit, like I said, it makes these 2 things touch. These 2 little pieces of bring it a little closer. There we go. Makes these 2 little pieces of metal touch. When they touch, that completes the circuit and makes that kick. And then these right here are star posts. These are what those little red circles represent. So the rubber goes around these things. So it goes like, let me get another one out. So it goes around them, kind of like that. And it gets like stretched out. Let's see here. What else do I got? I need to measure. These back in the bag real quick. Don't want to get overwhelmed with parts laying everywhere. Not yet, anyway. Here we go. Yeah, here's all the nuts and bolts and stuff I bought. Ooh, here we go. Yeah, here's a Newton ball. So I'll show you where this goes. Scroll up to it. So right here. So this is basically it's a pinball with a bolt coming out of the bottom of it, and you bolt it down into the play field, and then behind it you put a regular pinball that's loose. So it works. It's called the Newton ball because it works like the Newton's cradle thing, where one ball hits the bolted ball, and the energy of it transfers through into this ball and makes it go flying off. So here, actually, I could probably show a little bit. So it hits this bottom one is the one with the bolt in it. So ball would come up and strike that, and the energy would go to this one, and it go up like that. So when it's done, it's gonna go up and hit. Zoom in a little more. It's gonna go up and hit where this target's gonna be at the top here, where that hole is, and up through that lane that the ball will travel through is a bunch of opto sensors that'll detect it, and there'll be like little light inserts between each set of optos, so it kind of like as the ball goes up, it looks like a power bar, kind of like charging up. It's going to be like a really neat effect when it's all said and done. So, I need to measure the bottom of the bolt on the Newton ball, make sure the hole doesn't heal me. Because yeah, I've already accounted for, see the little hole there where the bottom of the Newton ball will screw in. So make sure that hole's wide enough. So it looks like it's 3/16. So let's take 3 divided by 16. That's 0.1875. So let's see here. 0.1875. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So that's perfect. That's perfect. A perfecto. If that's perfect, then that means the rest of the holes in the table should be good as well, because I think they're all roughly that size. Let me see. So this is what's used to bolt down all the star posts into the table. Just a regular old bolt, nothing special. But yeah, let me measure how wide that is. Okay. It looks like it's a little over 2/16. And let's see how wide. Let's see how wide that hole is. 0.1563. Let's see here. 2 divided by 16. 1.25. So that means that these are wide enough, yeah. Because they need to be a little bit wider than this, because here, I'll show you. Because in the bottom of the, basically, instead of using a bolt to tighten this, instead of using a regular bolt, it's going to use what's a T-bolt. So it's like this thing that has like kind of, let me get a little closer on the camera. There we go. So you can sort of see it has like these little kind of prongs in it so that it sticks up into the bottom of the playfield. And then this kind of, so you have like a little threaded hole in the bottom of it. So that way the bolt only has to be able to reach as long as the playfield is, instead of going like under and accounting for the size to be able to like screw on a bolt and stuff. And it also makes it easier, so you don't have to like get under the playfield and do a bolt and stuff. Since this is like solid and basically part of the playfield, you just gotta unscrew this from the top of the playfield to like change out stuff. So it's a lot easier in the end. So yeah, I need to measure the diameter of that, which is about 3/16. So let's see, what was that again? 3 divided by 16.1875. 1.15. Excuse me. Let me measure that again just to be safe. I'm pretty sure I have it right. Yeah, okay, so these actually need to be a tiny bit wider. One 875 by 1.875. Do the same to that one. 875. 875. And do that to this one. 875. 875. And I need to do that to this one as well. 875. 875. And then do that to all of these. I think I might be able to, maybe I can highlight them all and transform them all at the same time. No, I can't. Okay. So yeah, I have to do it individually. 875. 875. Transform. 875. 875. 875. 875. Last one. 875. 875. Right, I think I need to do that to all the holes in these red circles as well, because they're going to use the T-bolts or T-nuts to secure. So transform. 875. 875. 875. 875. Don't wait. Alright, so transform. 875. Cool. And then this needs to be changed. Yeah. 875. 875. 875. 875. 875. 875. Alright, cool. So I think... Yeah, okay, cool. So I think the last ones I need to do that to is these two over here and those two over there. So yeah, these two need to be adjusted. 875. 875. 875. 875. Go all the way over here. It's a 5. It's a 5. And last one. It's a 5. It's a 5. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, so I need to measure the flippers as well and see if the hole's wide enough for those. Let's see. Let's put this back. T-nut back in the bag so I don't lose that. The Newton ball back in. So yeah, here's all my metal hardware. Let's see. Now, where was that at? Oh yeah, flippers should be in this bag. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I need to measure the, I'm trying to think what the word is for that. The metal part of the flipper that the mechanism grabs on to make it flip. The shaft, there we go, the flipper shaft. Measure that, make sure that's all good to go. Good to go. Yeah, looks like that's about 1/4 of an inch. So let's see here, how big is that? That's a 1/2 inch, okay, so that's a little bigger than I need it to be. But you don't want it to be too small because you don't want it to be like real snug because you don't want this rubbing on the wood all day. Let's see, how wide is the end of the flipper? Oh yeah, okay, so that needs to be a little bit shorter. Let's say, actually, I'll bring up a photo of a real pinball play field. See how they do it real quick. Pinball play field. Image, bring up an image. Here we go, here's what this one. See if we can find higher res than that. There we go, okay. Let's copy that image and bring that in here. A little pixely, but yeah, actually it looks like it's about the same size as the light insert holes, so yeah, maybe 1/2 inch is alright. Funhouse, by the way, is one of my favorite pinball machines. It's real good if you never played it. It's a Pat Lawler pinball machine, personally my favorite pinball designer, Pat Lawler. Like, he's the guy who made Addams Family, Twilight Zone. Basically all the pinball machines that everyone knows were made by him. It's like him and Steve Ritchie are like the top 2 pinball designers in the world, or at least like the most iconic, I'd say. So yeah, it looks like leaving that at about 1/2 inch might actually be okay. Measure this again just to make sure. in the lab again, making up anything he's imagining. There goes Dee Dee, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates. Robots, it doesn't. Okay, so it looks like add some X. It's like 3/4 wide. The flipper is. So a 1/2 inch hole should be covered up by it, and it should have enough wiggle room. Okay. I wonder though, what let's see. Yeah, 1/2 inch hole seems like it's the right way to go. Yeah. Okay. So I think these are actually all right. Yeah, okay, cool. So I think I got the flipper holes are alright. Again, put the flipper back in the bag. Don't want stuff getting lost. Since I kind of bought as many parts as I need, I didn't buy like much extra since I couldn't really afford to buy extra parts. Oh, and here's why this flipper might look a little off, because it doesn't have the rubber on it. So yeah, pinball flippers have like this ring of rubber that you put on them. Like I won't do it right now because it that's maybe that can. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you push this flubber. I wish it was flubber. Get Robin Williams over here, R.I.P. Yeah. Push the rubber down on the flipper, like that, and there you go. So that's a little more correct. Actually, I didn't like that. But yeah, there we go. Take the rubber back off for now. Back in the bag. I think. Let's see what other parts do I have in here. I think there's mostly just more. Okay, here's the rest of those stand-up targets that goes in all those holes. 4, 5. Yeah, okay, all 5 of them are there. Yeah, cool. So it's like, I think that's pretty much everything that we're measuring that I can measure right now. Oh wait, actually. You can go measure the spade bolts. Pretty sure they're the same size as the regular nuts, but let me make sure. Yeah, they look a tiny bit bigger. Let's see here. So yeah, this is a spade bolt. Basically, yeah, it's like a bolt, except instead of like a screw at the top, it has like this hole that you can like rivet stuff into. So you use that. Like all these kind of bluish lines here. You like right here. Here's a rivet hole or spade bolt hole, and so this goes into that hole. And then the piece of metal that makes up that blue line gets riveted to this so that like you can bolt like the guide rails and stuff into the machine. So I need to measure this, make sure that hole is accurate. Looks like it's like a tiny bit bigger than 2/16. So let's see, 2 divided by 16. So yeah, it's 1.125. So let's see how big the hole is. 185. Okay, so yeah, that seems about right, because 3 divided by 16. Yeah, okay, so yeah, 1.875, so that's 3/16 big. So let's see here. Yeah, from edge to edge, it's like right in the middle between 2/16 and 3/16. So that would be 5/32, I believe, if my math is right. So 5 divided by 32 is 1.5625. All right, yeah. So I think that might be good. That might be close enough, because
Let's look at the fun.
taking a nut and putting it on the bottom, that would definitely be wider than 3/16. So yeah, that should be good, because you don't want it to be too tight. And if it is too tight, that's something I'll find out in the prototyping phase, because usually with pinball machines they make the playfield like 2 or 3 times in the process to figure out, like, the first time is usually to figure out if all the holes in the shots work, and then the second time is to add the light inserts into the playfield and see if all those work. And then the last version is like with the art on it, and that's usually like a prototype of the final version of the machine. Make sure the art lines up and all that stuff. But yeah, usually a pinball machine goes through at least like 2 to 3 iterations before it starts being manufactured. And I think that is everything, finally. Yeah, most of this other stuff is just more... oh, no, actually, this is something else I need to measure. Okay, cool. Well, one more thing I need to measure. So this is a stand-up target. No, not a stand-up. It's a drop target. There we go. That's the term. That's called a stand-up target, because it just stands up and it's a target. And then a drop target is called a drop target because when you hit it, it drops. So yeah. If you ever play pinball, yeah, like drop targets are the ones where it's like this kind of square sticking up out of the playfield, and when you hit it, it drops back down into the playfield, and you can shoot past it. So let's open up this Ruby boy. Oh dang, they double protected this. Not only is it in bubble wrap, but then it's wrapped in plastic within that. Wrapped in plastic. Get the scissors out. Because yeah, I actually don't have the drop target hole in the machine yet, because I couldn't find any specifications online. Couldn't find the specifications online for how wide the hole needs to be for that. So let's see. No, so yeah, that is like new. So let's get this. So that's okay. Cool. So yeah, here's the whole dealie. Like, there we go. So yeah, the target starts sticking up like that, and then when a ball hits it, it goes down. And this is actually what's referred to as a smart drop target, because a normal drop target, it only has a mechanism to make it go back up. And then the ball has to manually hit it and make it go back down before it goes down. But this has two coils on it. It has this main coil, this big coil, to put it up. And then if, say, during play, I want that shot to just be open at all times, it has this second coil to hit it and drop it for me. So it's able to, like, raise and lower on its own without interference. So yeah, I was needing to measure the top of the target that sticks through the playfield, like how wide that is, so I can put in the, see, I'll show you where I was going to put it. So I was going to put this drop target on this upper lane, this upper flipper shot, because the slower shot's a ramp, and then this upper shot's like kind of a lane into a hole. And I was going to put the drop target in front of that hole. So yeah, so I need to measure this to see how wide to make that. So let's see here. There's a measurer, measuring stick. Let's see. It looks like it is 1 inch by 5/16. So 5 divided by 16 is 0.3125. So it is 1 inch by 0.3125 inches. So let's see here. What is 1/16? 10625. Okay, so yeah, let's add, just for clearance sake, we'll add a 1/16 of an inch to that. So let's see, what was it again? It was 5/16. So let's make it 6/16 by 1.1 inches. Yeah. So let me write that down. 1.1 inches by, I believe I said 6/16. Sure. Yeah, okay. So it's 5/16, but I want to add the clearance. So by 6/16, which, let's see here, 6 divided by 16, 0.375. So 1.1 inches by 0.375 inches. So let's go ahead and make a hole. That is that big. So just fart out a hole real quick, and then transform it. So with 1.1, and then the height 0.375. There we go. Okay. So that should be the size of the hole I need. So let's go ahead and make that parallel to the hole. Looks like that's pretty good. That could be a little better. Actually, that looks good. There we go. Yeah, so take that and then bring it up just a little bit. Let's see here, what kind of clearance do I need? Yeah, I don't need much clearance at all on the back of it. I love doing that. So just to make sure I have room for anything that would be in front of the hole. I think that's about, maybe a little more. And then, let's see here, how wide is this? The actual, how wide the part I got to bolt into the table is. Let's see how wide that is. Okay, so that's like 2 inches. So, let's see here. 2 inches by 2 inches. So 2 by 2 inch. So let's go ahead and make, for measuring's sake, let's go ahead and make another square that's 2 inches by 2 inches. Alright. So, and this needs to be able to fit right in front of it. So that's gonna be a little tighter than I thought. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's. Yeah, that's gonna make it so that drop target won't fit. Okay, so looks like I need to move that drop target a little more still. So let's do that a little more, like that. And then let's unlock the ramp and bring that ramp out a little more. That looks about right. There we go. And that looks like it should just about fit now. Let's see here. Those spade bolts will be a bit of a problem now. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, I'll just have to, instead of using spade bolts, I'll have to use like L brackets to attach those to the playfield. And that should fix that problem. So I can go ahead and get rid of these holes here. Okay, so yeah, that these 2 brackets will have to be put in with spade bolts, but aside from that, I think it should fit now. Yeah. So that should be good there now. Dance the ninja. One more time, so I love doing this. It's a little hard to see with my hair. Let me get a little closer. Hell yeah. Taekwondo. Cool, so yeah, cool. Put that back in the box, back in the bag. I think that's everything now. Oh, actually, no, there is still one thing I can measure. If I can find it. Can I do this part? Yeah, okay, so it's this part. So this part is a kickback. So it's basically like, it's a thing that that when the ball rests on it, it kicks the ball out into play. And it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Here's the whole play field. It's gonna go up here. Like right here is like sort of the kind of the layout of it. So yeah, once I get, I think everything is just about ready to go now. So I'll be able to bring this playfield vector down to a local maker space. Maker, because makers. So get into the local maker space. And they have a CNC router, so they'll be able to get all the holes for the playfield cut out by a computer, basically. So yeah, this is a pretty simple mech. Like, it's literally just an electromagnet coil that, when it's charged up, pulls this in and kicks the ball with that, like that. So yeah, basically I just wanted to... Okay, so that's hard bolted onto it. So I was looked like in the photos that it was just like regular bolted on, but now it looks like they spot welded this little metal piece on. So I need to like cut off this little flappy dude to make it fit, I think. But yeah, let me make sure that what they have on this, what I have here, is accurate. Inches. Looks like it's about 3 1/4 inches. Let's go ahead and measure that. Okay, so yeah, it looks like that's about right. And let's see how wide it is. Alright, yeah. Not including the solder points. Actually, I should be measuring this way. Yeah. So, looks like it's about 1 5/16. So let's take 5 divided by 16. That's 0.3125. So it's 1.3125. So let's go ahead and measure this. 1.3611. So yeah, seems pretty close. So here to here it says 1.34. So yeah, it's like 0.03 inches off, so pretty close. So there should be, it should fit, yeah, cool. So yeah, all I have to worry about now is getting this little flippy bit off so I can fit it in there. Because yeah, there's like holes here to be able to like bolt something else onto it, but they're covered up by this little flippy bit. So I need to cut this part off with like a what do you call them? Like that handheld saw thing. I forget what they're like. The name's on the tip of my tongue. But one of those things, and cut that off so it'll fit in there. But yeah, I think I got all my measurements ready, so I'm ready to go down to the local maker space and get all the holes cut out, and I can start bolting stuff to a piece of wood. So that'll be cool. That'll be real cool. Put this back in the bag. So, yeah. So I put that there like that. Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, also I can bring this part down there because they have metalworking equipment. So I can probably show this to like one of the metalworking guys and be like, hey, can you get this? Do you have anything I can take this off? And like, oh yeah, use so-and-so tool. Because yeah, it looks like it was, it looks like it was like spot welded. This little metal doohickey was. Or maybe I can like bend it somehow. It's pretty thick to bend. Like they have things to bend metal there, so I don't know. Like I said, I'll just have to ask the guys down there if they know what's up. But yeah. Let me take one last look at the whole play field. Delete that. I'm gonna look at one last look at the whole play field and confirm that there's looks like there's nothing else I need to measure. So I think that's everything for tonight. If anyone, I doubt anyone watched, but if anyone did watch, thanks for watching. This was kind of more of a test stream, just to make sure all my equipment worked before I got into like the real nitty gritty of actually bolting stuff to stuff. So yeah, if you liked, thank you for enjoying the show. Hope you come back soon. Oh shit! Someone in the chat just got here. Okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I spent the whole time kind of measuring shit. So it's gonna be here's like the drop target I got. Bring it this way. So yeah, this is the thing that when you hit it, it goes down. They call that cool shit. Anyways, but yeah, so thanks for showing up. Yeah, I'll probably do more of these soon. I might not be doing this tomorrow, or per se, because like I said, I need to go. Like the next time I stream, I'll probably bring my laptop with me to the makerspace and like live stream like the CNC router cutting it while it's cutting the wood and stuff. So that should be interesting. Yeah. See you later. Mashed potato.